Hi everyone and welcome to the Erev Rosh Hashanah sermon. Felt I should get dressed up a bit more high holy day like. So I've got all my whites, we've got the white curtain on and we're all ready. And it's very strange because shul will be slightly emptier than usual. Many of you will be at home. And those at home will be thinking no doubt of those of us in shul. And hopefully those of us in shul will be thinking of those of us at home. And we'll all have in mind the best for each other in our prayers and our thoughts this difficult Rosh Hashanah. I'd like to begin with prayers for those who are unwell. And if people are at home have names, please say the name at the appropriate point to yourself. Yes, Chaim Tuvi David ben Chayaleya. Yes, Moshe ben Frein. Yes, Shemazam ben Chanaliba. Yes, Yeshua ben Miriam. Yes, Wolf ben Pauline. Yes, Shlomo ben Mendel. Yes, Avram ben Sarah Peril. Yes, Jonathan ben Miriam. Yes, Mordechai David ben Tzum. Yes, Yaakov ben Miriam. Yes, Ichal ben Henya. Yes, Jonathan ben Sarah. Yes, Kasser ben Frein. Yes, Baruch Michal ben Rachel. Yes, Baruch ben Tovachaya. Yes, Reuben ben Chama Esther. Yes, Yehuda ben Kayla. Simeon ben Sarah. Yes, Yisrael ben Chana. Yes, Avram Shrag ben Sarah Devora. Yes, Yitzhak Isaac ben Yudis Rocham. Yes, Pesach ben Shana Gita. Yes, Nazim ben Shoshana. Yes, Mary ben Malcolm. Yes, Dori ben Tova. Yes, Asher Masad ben Sheba. Yes, Moshe ben Shifarach. Yes, Mary Bas Neta. Yes, Esther Chalavas Tavur. Yes, Esther Bas Roch. Yes, Francis Bas Herschel. Yes, Leah Bas Kern. Yes, Yehovah Soros. Tavur Bas Gezel. Yes, Mash Bas Yacha. Shlomo Bas Chaylim. Yes, Yudis Bas Penis. Shendo Bas Sora. Bavoshem no Zaka Bavaram. Bis Chazekesh Baruchim Achem Aleim Lachim Lapes Machazik Lachim Yosam. Bishlach Leim Meir Fushlim Shloim Chayim Chayim. Soshachol Yisrof His Nefesh Uzagov. Hash Tabang Lav Izman Karev V'Neimar. Amen. We shall write those of the Altai this week as follows. First day Rosh Hashanah tomorrow. Stanley and Lionel Cordell for their father. Ronald Grant for his father. Rita Itzkovitz for her husband. Sylvia Mednick for her father, and Gary Zilberschatz for his grandparents. On the second day, Sunday, Joanne Abrams for her father, Alan DePrelli for his mother, Maureen Lubert for her husband, Jackie Steinberg for her husband, father of Jason, and Serena Strong for her mother. On Monday, Irving Denning for his father, Irvin Denning, and Alan Hyman for his mother. On Tuesday, Lindsay Howard for her mother, Sidney Cack for his brother, Lorraine Shear for her father, and Gary Zilberschatz for his grandmother. On Wednesday, Lorraine Fine for her father. On Thursday, Stephen Bergerman for his father, Sarah G for her father, Darrell Herbert for his father, and Sandy Ritter for her father. On Friday, Anthony Viner for his father. And wish everyone long life. Chaim Aruchim. Avram ben Ashi Yaakov Cohen, yes, Gedalia Yankel Levi, yes, Gabriel ben Shmuel Cohen, yes, Gabriel ben Wolf, yes, Super Fega Basisa Hirsch, yes, Yuda Aaron ben Malachi, yes, Rosa Perobas Avram Hirsch, yes, Chona ben Hirsch, yes, Rivka Bas Gedalia, yes, Avram Perel ben Beryl ben Zamala Cohen, yes, Tobi ben Shmuel, yes, Rivka Bas Binyamin, yes, Avram ben Yosef, yes, Ruben Le ben Tzvi, yes, Shmuel Yaakov ben Avram, yes, Hirsch ben Yitzhak Shachol Loilamam, Halav Rachamim, yes, Yerem B'Seisek and Vavli Oinamim, Amen. We wish a happy 83rd birthday to Isaac Levy, second bar mitzvah, Mazel Tov. Also, happy birthday to Anita Frankel, Ronald Blaskett, Ruth Cohn, and Naomi Fenton, all of whom are celebrating their birthdays. And anyone else celebrating, wish you Mazel Tov as well. One of my favourite jokes, I told it when I came for my trial Shabbos here, so that's 5.5 years ago, I think, is about the fellow who's in shul with his non-Jewish friend, and he's explaining the different customs. So as they lift up the Sefer Torah for Hagbah, he explains why they're lifting the Torah and looking at it. As they dress the Torah, he explains what's going on. Someone gets up to the Haftorah, he explains what that's all about. They put the Torah back in the ark, he explains the symbolism of the ark and the significance of it. And finally, the rabbi gets up to speak, and he puts a watch on his lectern, and the visitor says to his friend, "And what is the significance of that?" And our regular congregant says, "Unfortunately, very little." This year it's Honey, I Shrunk the Service, basically. We're going to be trying to be a little bit shorter, keep our time together as precious as it is to a minimum. I suppose the sermons will be a bit shorter as well, so just a few short thoughts, not the usual magnum opus that we come to expect on Rosh Hashanah. Who knows, maybe it will catch on, sound bites, who knows. They say it takes longer to write a shorter speech. But anyway, time. We joke about, how long the sermons go on for, how long the davening goes on for. But time is such a precious commodity. And I think if there's one thing we've learned in the past year, it's the importance of time. All of us, on some level or another, have had to slow down. We've become more aware of how precious our time with our family is, or our time in this world even, or our time in shul when we've not been in shul, or our time around the family table, or our time at work. And just generally, we've gone at a different pace and a different speed. But ordinarily, of course, we're always in a rush. I'm struck every single year when we start the Selichot prayers that we say the week for Rosh Hashanah, that on almost every couple of pages we find the phrase, if time is lacking, basically skip 3 pages. And I can't recall any time, any place I've ever been that we've not skipped. Time is always lacking. That's how life feels. Who's heard people say there's never enough hours in the day? And so it's so easy to get caught up, even during lockdown, to get caught up with everything else. How many of us said we're going to do this, we're going to do that? We've got all this time now at home during lockdown. How many of us achieved it? I know I didn't do half the things I was hoping to. I don't know where the time went. And so then we have Rosh Hashanah, or Shabbos and Yom Tov, when time stands still in effect. Because all the things that usually concern us, work and keeping our affairs in order, our financial affairs, our business matters, even school and lessons, homework for children, exams, whatever it may be, all goes out the window. It's Shabbos. There's nothing to do. Or it's Yom Tov. And we operate on a different time scale. And I guess as long as we're on time for shul, or whatever else we have to be on time for, it doesn't really matter. How many of us have a long meal on a Shabbat lunch or a Friday night? We're not rushing off anywhere. It's a very special feeling that time almost stands still on Shabbos and Yom Tov. And I think for us at this time of year, Rosh Hashanah is very much an oasis in the desert. Because whether you've been at home and sort of climbing the walls, or you've been incredibly busy and you need a break, the fact is, when Rosh Hashanah comes around, or Shabbos comes around, everything stops, we switch off, and we operate on a different plane. It's reflected in our prayers, our weekday prayers, we ask for our weekday needs. Shabbos and Yom Tov, we don't do that. And Rosh Hashanah also, fascinatingly, comes in the middle of a season of Teshuvah, when we're supposed to be thinking about all the things we've done wrong, and how to repair ourselves, how to grow, how to change. We bang our chests like this at this time of year. In the Selichot, many of us actually say the video every day as part of the prayers. I have a little ache in my finger, which I'm waiting to get investigated. It makes it hard to bend. It's amazing how much difference it makes. Instead of banging my chest at 100 miles an hour like this, I have to actually consciously really do it really carefully because it's painful. And it got me thinking maybe there's something to this, that maybe we need to take a bit more care. Even when we get into the Selichos frame of mind, the Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur frame of mind, we can still just race through it like we normally do, trying to cover ground. And I've been forced to slow down a little bit so I don't hurt myself. Maybe there's definitely some symbolism in that. And so this time of year, we're busy thinking about all the things we need to think about. And suddenly we have Rosh Hashanah. And amazingly, Rosh Hashanah, we don't even beat our chest. We don't say the vidui. We don't say any of the Salichot prayers that we say the rest of the time. We have 2 days almost where everything is suspended. And all we do is we crown God as King. We remember the creation of the world. We blow the shofar to wake us up to Teshuvah without actually doing the mechanics of Teshuvah. It's incredible. We don't bang our chest. We say, Avinu Malkeinu, our Father, our King. We reconnect on a much more basic, more fundamental level without all the technicalities. And then on Monday we go back to beating our chest until Yom Kippur when we do a lot of beating of our chest. So Rosh Hashanah is a very special time. Whether you're at home, I hope you managed to catch a shofar blowing. If you haven't organised one yet, call me, we'll try to arrange it. Or whether you're joining us in shul or going to whatever shul you're going to, Rosh Hashanah is actually like an oasis in the desert. Because for all of us, if you didn't even realise it's Rosh Hashanah, you come to shul, you switch off everything, you stay home, whatever you're doing, it's Rosh Hashanah. And for those who have been in the Salichas frame of mind, it gives us a bit of respite from thinking about the specifics and the mechanics. Rosh Hashanah, we close everything down, and we just enjoy, bask in the glory of the King. That God is our King once again. We turn over a new leaf, we reboot, we reset, we restart. But the technicalities and the mechanics actually stops this morning after Slichot, and it carries on again on Monday. So over the next 2 days, by all means, think about your new resolutions. Think about what you've done and what you want to change. But remember, Rosh Hashanah is something else. Rosh Hashanah is something very special. It's not Yom Kippur. It's not the Slichot. It's a time when we come and we bask in God's glory. We crown Him as our King. We reconnect. We enjoy His presence on whatever level, whether at home or in shul, because we know that the miniature temple is, of course, the home as well. So I hope that all of us, whether we've been working hard this past week on our spiritual growth or whether we've just woken up today or even tomorrow, all of us enjoy the next 2 days, get something meaningful out of them. It gives us a chance to recharge our batteries, to slow down in time and to reconnect to our King and our God. And hopefully with that, we will all be inscribed in the book of life this year. We will all be inscribed for a happy, healthy, and dare I say, I think the greetings change this year, happy, healthy, prosperous, and a safe new year for all of humanity, for all of mankind, for the entire world, and of course for our own communities as well. And next week, please God, we'll get on with Yom Kippur. Right now, let's enjoy Rosh Hashanah, start of the year, start as we mean to go on in an enhanced spiritual mode, where we're not looking at our watches the whole time, we're not concerned with where our time is going, we're simply enjoying that spiritual level that is very special to this time of year. I wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom and a Shana Tova. And just a reminder, particularly if you're not joining us in Shul, if you go to our Facebook page, Woodford Forest United Synagogue, there are various resources. There's 2 classes, talks given by Michael Rainsbury in lieu of the expansion service. There's a beautiful concert by Rabbi Fleischer last night. You can listen to all of that before Yom Tov, and I hope that will help to get you into the mood. We hope to see you all in some form or another, and I wish you all a Shana Tova U'Metuka and a Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.